So far, we have dealt with the nutrients that we need. Nutrients that we need for good health. We have looked at the points that, at the dangers that are included with some of them and the advantages that are there. So I would like us now to use this knowledge that we have obtained so far and to apply it to find out which would be the best origin of the nutrients. As you may be aware, there are two different areas where we can get our nutrients from. And that is, even though there are only two, it's still confusing to most people because they keep asking, what should we now really eat? Well, we have nutrients that come from the animal kingdom, and we have nutrients that come from the vegetable kingdom. Now, what I would like us to do, I hope you remember all the nutrients that we have been speaking about. We have spoken so far about 7 nutrients. We have not yet spoken about the 8th. That will be a special class afterwards. But now, any of these nutrients, we can either get them from the animal animal kingdom, or we can get them from the vegetable kingdom. And I would like us to have a look where we can best get these nutrients, where they are the healthiest for us. And in order to get a little bit organization into it, let's say if we have a nutrient that is not found in the animal or in the vegetable kingdom, we will put a 0 there. There's nothing. If there is just very little of that nutrient in that category, animal or plant kingdom, then we will put 1 cross. If there is a regular amount, we will put 2 crosses, and if there is very much, we will put 2 crosses in there. So let's start now and see what would be the first nutrients. The first nutrient. You remember the first nutrient that we spoke about? Yes, that's correct. It is the protein, right? The protein, and then we had as next one the carbohydrates, and then the next one would be the fats. That's the next one we spoke about. Then we spoke about number 4, the minerals, and then we spoke about number 5, the vitamins. Then we spoke about the enzymes, and then we spoke about the fiber. That's correct. So here we got the 7 nutrients that we've been speaking about. There's one more, and that is water. But water, we will need a whole lecture for that, because that's it is a nutrient, but it is a little bit bigger subject that we really need to deal with as a separate lecture. So now let's see, do we find protein in the animal kingdom? Well, yes, we do find protein in the animal kingdom. Do we have a lot there, or little, or regular amount? What would you say? Yes, we have, oh sorry, that was the wrong button here. So, yes, we have a lot of protein in the animal kingdom. Now, in the vegetable kingdom, we have also protein, but not as much. We got a regular amount of protein there. Then we have the carbohydrates. Do we find carbohydrates in the animal kingdom? Remember, I told you no, there are no carbohydrates in the animal kingdom. So why do we eat meat then if we need fuel, if we need energy, we eat meat? Not a good idea, but because there are no carbohydrates, there's no, the best fuel for our body is not present in the animal kingdom. Do we have carbohydrates in the vegetable kingdom? Of course, and we have a lot in there. Then let's go to the fats. Do we have fat in the animal kingdom? Yes, we do, and we have a lot of fat in there. And then we have fat in the vegetable kingdom. Yes, we also do, but much less. Remember that we have avocados and we have corn oil and all these things, but in oranges and fruits and vegetables, there's not all that much oil, fat in it. Then let's go to the minerals. Do we have minerals in the animal kingdom? Yes, we do have minerals in there, but a very minimum amount. There's some calcium in there, there's some iron in there, but it's not really a big amount of minerals that we would find in the animal kingdom. So we want minerals. We would be much better off if we would go to the vegetable kingdom. Then where's the vitamins? Do we have vitamins in the animal kingdom? No, we don't, but we have a lot of vitamins in the vegetable kingdom. Remember that in the animal kingdom we don't have the vitamins, because that's why the sailors in the 19th century would get sick from scurvy, because they were just eating dried meat and dried crackers. And so they would become sick because of the lack of vitamin C. Then, do we have enzymes in the animal kingdom? Well, I would say no. Now, you may say, well, yeah, there are some enzymes in it. Well, you may be right, but you usually don't eat raw meat, do you? Well, unless you're German, because Germans eat quite a bit of raw meat. And I just was together with a group of Ethiopians, and they were also telling me that they eat a lot of raw meat, but usually we don't eat raw meat, and so the enzymes would not be there. Now, do we have enzymes in the vegetable kingdom? Oh, yes, we do, but not very plenty either. So if we go to an average, it's like a regular amount. Then do we have fiber in the animal kingdom? No, we don't. I told you that. There is zero fiber in meat or animal products. Do we have fiber in the vegetable kingdom? Oh, yes, we have plenty of fiber in there. So, now isn't that interesting? We beat up our children because we want to obligate them to eat animal products, to eat meat, which children usually are not very fond of. They usually don't like to eat the meat because it's not all that natural to us to eat meat. We are not really, by nature, meat eaters. So we obligate the kids to eat the animal products because we believe that there are a lot of nutrients in it. But look at this here, what's really in there? There's a lot of protein in there, and there is a lot of fat in there, and there's just a minute little quantity of minerals in there. So to call this a necessary food for nutrition would not be very wise. We would not do very well to go to this kingdom for really any one of the nutrients. And let's see why. Let's go to the protein. What did we learn? Which kingdom here is the winner? The animal kingdom or the vegetable kingdom? Do we need a lot of protein or do we need little protein? Well, we said that we need little protein. And if we eat 100% vegan, only things from the vegetable kingdom, we get still twice as much protein as what we need. So we would not go for protein to the animal kingdom because it has much too much. So we go to the vegetable kingdom. That's the winner for protein. By the way, I did not mention that before either. If you want to digest animal protein, you need an acidity in your stomach 1,000 times more acidic than to digest vegetable protein. That's another advantage we have with our vegetable protein. Then let's go to the carbohydrates. Do we need fuel for our body? Of course we need fuel. Do we have carbohydrates in the animal kingdom? Of course we don't. So no way, no question, we got to go to the vegetable kingdom again for our fuel. So what happens to you if you come home hungry from work and you feel like you really need a boost? What we do? Oh, Mom will serve you a big steak, right? And how do you feel after these big boosts with a big steak or fried chicken? How do you feel after it? You feel like going to bed. You feel sleepy. You're knocked out. Your last energy is gone. So we need to go for carbohydrates to the vegetable kingdom. Now let's go to the fats. Do we have a lot of fats in the animal kingdom? Yes, we do. And in the vegetable kingdom, we have little fat. What do we need? Do we need a lot of fat or do we need little fat? Well, if we go here, like the most people in the United States do, we will get about 45 to 50% of energy, of calories from our fat. And we should not get more than 10% of energy from the fat, calories from our fat. So we would be much better off going to the vegetable kingdom where we have much less fat. So it's again the vegetable kingdom that's winning. Now we go to the minerals. Do you need a lot of minerals or do you need a few minerals? Well, that's easy to answer. We do need a lot of minerals. And so we will, without question, go again to the vegetable kingdom. And then the rest is really easy. Do we need vitamins? Yes, we do. Do we need enzymes? Yes, we do. Do we need fiber? Yes, we do. Is there any of all these products in the animal kingdom? No, there isn't. So vegetable wins again, and their vegetable wins again, and vegetable wins again. And there you are. That's the nutrients that we need. And please tell me, why would anybody want to eat an animal product? Well, of course, the other day somebody told me, oh, just for the taste. Well, you can eat for the taste, that's right. If I go by the taste, I would drink a good German beer because that's what I used to like. But I gave it up. And now, of course, I don't like it anymore. But I didn't go by the taste because I wanted to be healthy. And so I made better choices. And if we want to make a good nutritional choice, we better stay away from the animal products and we get into the vegetable products. Let's become a vegan if you want to do so. Now here I got a little quote from a very interesting book. It's called Counsels on Diets and Foods. And on page 383 and paragraph 4, it says this: those who use flesh meat disregard all the warnings that God has given concerning this question. They have no evidence that they are walking in safe paths. They have not the slightest excuse for eating the flesh of dead animals. No excuse for eating the flesh of dead animals. God's curse is resting upon the animal creation. Many times when meat is eaten, it decays in the stomach and creates disease. Cancer, tumors, and pulmonary diseases are largely caused by meat eating. Isn't this amazing? Because this is something that was written over 100 years ago. This lady by the name of Ellen G. White, because she's the writer of this here, she already knew all these things that we just learning about in these last 1 or 2 decades. She knew all these things already 120, 110, 120 years ago. And I find that this is very, very impressive. And that's why I like to read this book called Counsels on Diets and Foods. If you want really to know about how to eat healthy, get the book, Counsels on Diets and Foods by E.G. White. Now, with all the things that we have spoken about so far, I would really suggest that you make a decision in prayer or meditation, if you're not used to prayer whatsoever, but please think about it. If you want to be healthy, at this time of our Earth's history, it is absolutely impossible to be healthy as long as we eat animal products. I could speak a whole week just on the dangers of animal products, and I hope that I will have the chance to include many more ideas about this subject in the next lectures that we will be having. And in the meantime, I really suggest when you go home, please, and also the ones that are watching at us on the TV screen or on the computer or wherever you are seeing these lectures, please meditate on what you've learned so far and make the right choices. You can be healthy even in these difficult and contaminated situations in our modern world. You can be healthy if you want to, but you got to make the decision. And you got to make some changes. Without changes, you will never get healthy. If you want to achieve the results that you have never achieved, you got to do things that you have never done. Thank you.